捕鯨だ火炎放射僕らも行くよ捕鯨だ輝け夢の結晶テラスタル捕鯨だ思いっきり
I don't know. What's going on, traders? Dom, me here from the Otaku. What's up, guys? What's up? Okay, we are 55. We are 55 episodes into Pokemon Horizons, and get some light. This episode was so good. And here's something I've never said before in Pokemon Horizons. Are you ready? Roy was the highlight of this episode. Yes, you know, Ayano, my favorite gym leader in all of Pokemon, hit the stage, hit the screen. She came out swinging with her belly bolt. Dot was a big disappointment. You know, she did have, you know, Dot had like one shiny moment where she was able to kind of break the mold and have an idea to use belly bolt to, you know, get it. Well, the way Belly Bolt works is all the damage that it absorbs, it's able to increase its attack power. So eventually, Ayano was able to use that as a discharge and use that against... Who were they facing? They were facing... Poppy. They were facing Poppy, so she was able to use it against Poppy's Pokemon, and they were able to ultimately win the battle. But really, you know, I think Dot called it out this episode that she was really kind of like, she was the horse led to water by Ayano this episode. But again, she did break the mold and she did have that one, you know, really good idea that really changed the tide of the battle. And she was able to terrestrialize, so good on her. Also, Sandwich Girl, I forget what her actual name is, but the one that's part of the Explorers, you know, she had the funniest moment of this episode where, you know, she had her Pokemon use Explosion, but she damaged all of the Pokemon and everybody fainted. So they were like, yeah, you're not the winner here. And she was really mad. Really funny moment this episode. But Roy and Brassius's battle against Hassel, something like that. But their battle against him was really, really, really good. And out of all of them so far, you know, baby girl Liko next week, our baby girl, you know, our anime daughter next week, she's gonna hit the stage. But I really think that out of every, you know, all the battles that occurred so far, Roy has really come the farthest. And, you know, he was really, really in sync with his Fuecoco. He was being really intelligent about his moves. He was learning when it didn't work, right? Because he's like, yo, Fuecoco, go Flame Charge against Baxcalibur. And it didn't work. And he found out through Brassius, like, oh yeah, Baxcalibur has thermal regeneration. So basically it's like, you know, it's where it would normally be weak against fire. It uses that to like increase its attack power. Thermal something. It's his ability. It's his hidden ability, I believe. Again, you guys can fact check me. But he has that ability, and basically, you know, flames just don't work against him. They actually increase his power. So he learned from that move, and he was like, okay. So then he's like, let's use Charm Voice, which is a fairy move, which, you know, Dragon Pokemon, which including Baxcalibur, including Flapple. Also, Flapple, so cute. Anytime you see Flapple in Sword and Shield or in Scarlet and Violet, you just see it kind of like flapping there and doing moves. I never really realized that it comes back and like makes itself an apple again. And then that totally tricked Fuecoco as well too, because Fuecoco's like, yo, apple, I'm gonna eat it. So just really, really good stuff. But he was continually learning, you know, through the battle the whole entire time. He was partnering with, not Smoliv, but whatever Smoliv's evolutionary line is. Arboliva, the secondary one. Dolive? Dollar signs? I was trying to, you know, see if I had it on my screen where I don't. Dolive. So he was partnered with Dolive, and they were like, yo, let's he was leading Brassius as opposed to being led by Brassius. He's like, yo, do some seed bullets, flamethrower. You know, it was all working in contention. Energy Ball, Flamethrower. Obviously, Baxcalibur and Flapple from a Dragon Trainer is a pretty powerful, you know, duo to face as a mid evolution and a starter evolution. You're looking at, you know, levels 15 to 20 versus 40 plus. So yeah, it was definitely not in their favor, but just he was learning the whole time. He terastallized 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐿 during the battle too. And honestly, from a battle perspective, like it was a really entertaining battle. Now, obviously, Haas and his 𝐒𝐻𝐿𝐵𝐿 and his Flapple, they overcame it, and 𝐒𝐻𝐿𝐵𝐿 hit them with the finishing move, and KO'd both of 𝐒𝐻𝐻𝐿 and the Dolive and Brassius. But I really think that not only from a learning perspective, being able to have humility, because even after what's his name? Roy was talking to Nemona, and he was like, I'm just gonna keep losing. I'm gonna keep losing. I'm gonna keep learning, and I'm gonna keep getting better. And Nemona was like, and that was such a, to have that kind of humility at 10, 11 years old, whatever they are, that's really, really cool. Because that's how you do it, right? To be a great trainer, you go, you do it, you lose. Remember playing like when you were a kid? Like for me, it was Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Crystal, Pokemon Silver. But if you remember when you were a kid playing your Pokemon game, you might hit a wall, right? You might have chose a Charmander and you're facing Misty. You're like, ah, shit. You might have not brought a flying type Pokemon or a water Pokemon, a Brock. Or you might have been in maybe like X and Y if you're a little bit younger. Maybe you were in X and Y, or maybe you were in Black and White, and you just hit that gym leader. You hit that trader battle or something that just like, it just stopped you in your tracks. You king, like, I'm gonna go level up. I'm gonna go catch this Pokemon. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna beat the, that's the thing. That's the thing in this Pokemon world. It's like, I'm gonna lose, but I'm gonna learn from it, and I'm gonna challenge you again, and that's what it takes. And I think that was so cool for Roy. So I really think Roy was the ultimate, even though he lost. I think he was the ultimate winner in this episode from learning, that level of humility and learning to lose. And I think that is something that everybody of all ages can do, is learning or finding out at whatever age that failure does not mean failure. Failure means an opportunity to learn and overcome it. And it's very hard for people to do in all ages, all age brackets. So I love that. So anyways, that's me gushing about this episode of Pokemon Horizons. I thought it was awesome. Next week, we're going to see 𝐒𝐿𝐵𝐿. She is partnering with Katie, the bug-type Pokemon. And I think they're fighting... I forget who they're fighting, but she's partnering next week with Katie, and it's going to be an awesome battle. She's going to take her Florigato in there, and I'm very excited to see it. So let me know your guys' thoughts on this week's episode of Pokemon Horizons in the comments below. As always, I appreciate you guys being here. For one trailer to another, see you next week. Peace.